Now that you have Minitab open and Minitab project GB22 Histogram, let's take a quick look at the data in the worksheet. We see we have a column for diameter and a column for machine. If I click on the big blue eye, that'll give me some information. It shows me that there's 126 total data points with none missing. My diameter is numeric. My machine is text. I can see that I've got three machines, A, B, and C. Well, let's take a look at an overall histogram to see what that looks like. I can do that by pulling down the graph menu, selecting histogram, and we're going to make a histogram with fit. And I'm going to say OK. That'll bring up the dialog box. I'm going to select diameter, and then I can just say OK, and it will generate my histogram. Well, there's our histogram of all of the data from all three machines for diameter. So that's the overall output that we see across all three machines. A mean of 9.8 with a standard deviation of 0.33. We could also take a look at this using a dot plot, which is another way of viewing a histogram. That would be graph, dot plot, and we can do a simple dot plot. The graph variable is diameter once again, and then I press OK, and that will generate my dot plot. So here's my dot plot. What characterizes a dot plot is each individual dot is one of the data points. And here's our distribution. Personal preference is what you have to decide as to what you like to see in your histogram. Now we know that we have machines A, B, and C. So let's take a look at a stratified histogram and see if there's any differences between any of those machines. So that would be graph, histogram, and we'd use this type with fit and groups. I'm sure you will find this one comes in quite handy. My graph variable is diameter. The categorical variable is going to be machine. All I have to do now is press the OK button and it'll generate the graph. So here's my histogram of diameter for machines A, B, and C. And I can see that they all sit on top of each other, so there's really no differences between them. That's a stratified histogram. Now another way that I could get at these histograms for each individual process would be to go to Stat, Basic Stats, and Graphical Summary. We can use that. It's quite a powerful tool. The variable we have is diameter, and we can break it out by machine. So I have my diameter here. I have machines for the variables to break it out by. I can press OK, and Minitab now has generated a graphical summary histogram with the distribution, mean, standard deviation, median, etc., and a normality test to tell me if my data sets are normally distributed. If I click on the big blue eye and move over to the graph folder, I can see the graphical summary for machine A, machine B, and machine C. Those are all ways that we can take a look at our distribution of continuous data using a histogram.